Okay, both lights are on, so we're okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good morning, and it's fantastic to be with you today, all the way from Hong Kong. It's wonderful to be able to talk about brains and smart tourism and the global tourism towards 2030. The last few years, we had a global challenge in tourism, and a lot of difficult situations have emerged all over the place. We've seen that because of the pandemic, a lot of the demand was deferred, and a lot of the activity just stopped, and we had a major drop in tourism by 74% in 2020. This is after 30 years of continuous growth, and the sharp growth was felt everywhere in the world, particularly for insular and peripheral regions, that they depend on tourism so dramatically for their livelihood and their ability to develop their economies. This a picture from Bali in Indonesia, where they said no tourists, no food. And this is a picture from Naxos Island in Greece, where the local guys who are producing cheese could not sell their cheese to anybody because there are no tourists around and there was no consumption. We see some optimistic trends towards 2022, but we'll see recovery after 23 towards 2030. And this is where I'd like to focus on how can we do agility and agile tourism and smart tourism towards 2030. Of course, a lot of things will depend on legislation and how different countries are opening borders and allow tourists to travel. And you can see in Asia and China in particular, there are a lot of restrictions still in place. But after every storm, there's a rainbow. And I think there'll be great opportunities for moving forward tourism towards 2030. We need humanity, solidarity, leadership and resilience. These are the four qualities that will take us forward. And I think it's governments and it's also entrepreneurs and businesses and communities that they need to adopt those particular qualities to take us forward. We need a smart and agile tourism that's based on resilience and based on sustainability of resources. And we need to be able to look forward rather than look back to 2019 in order to be able to achieve those things. It's critical that we understand that the future tourism will be different from what we had in the past. And it will be based more on agility rather than planning. We've seen so many conditions changing in the last few years within a few days' notice. So within a week, everything was changing. And that's one of the things that we learned during the pandemic. How to be smart, how to be agile, how to be flexible in order to deliver products and services and experiences under any circumstances. It's absolutely important to look into how we can take things forward towards Vision 2030. And Vision 2030 is really about achieving the Sustainable Development Goals as they come from the United Nations and looking into a whole range of different things. So my vision is looking for more anthropocentric tourism that is using agility. We need to look into customer experience, we need to look into digital ecosystems, we need sustainable development, and we need industry competitiveness. And you can see several A's there that they're actually describing how we are going to achieve 2030, tourism 2030, through an anthropocentric agility. Intelligence coming right in the middle, to inspire us and inspire innovation. We need inclusiveness and we need international approaches, global approaches. And we'll have all the stakeholders around driving this intelligence. Now, as many of you will know, during the pandemic, I edited the Encyclopedia of Tourism Management and Marketing. And one of the key results is this pyramid that brings all the issues of tourism industry together. So on top, you've got the tourism system where we need to look into the resources that are coming into the system and look on the outputs, the value that's being co-created through the system and the benefit that brings to all the stakeholders. But we also realize that the whole system is based on a pyramid. On top of the pyramid, you've got planning, management, and strategy. Then you've got the market forces that we understand where consumers are going and what they want and what's their requirements. Then we look at the exogenous variables, where all the different things that are happening in the external environment needs to be taken into consideration. Obviously, the pandemic bothered us for a long time. Now we've got issues with the war in Ukraine and many other regions around the world that they've got tensions right now, and the impact that that may have on energy prices, energy and food availability, and different materials going forward. The entire pyramid is based on the technology and the infrastructure that will enable all the interaction and the ecosystem to come together and operate together as one. Now, the beautiful thing is, of course, that we still have our assets, and they are helping us to produce fantastic experience and co-create experience by bringing travelers to communicate with local communities and create authentic experience. This is absolutely critical for tourism, and the more authentic the experience are, the more wonderful the tourism industry and the achievement of the sustainable development goals will happen. One of the biggest things that one of the biggest challenges we're facing right now is human resources, because a lot of people have actually left tourism for other industries in the last few years, and we really need to start looking into how can we manage our talent, and how can we make sure that the jobs that we're creating are satisfactory and support the local communities. Smartness takes advantage of interconnectivity and interoperability of integrated technologies to re-engineer process and data in order to produce innovative services, products, procedures towards maximizing the value for all. Smartness is about creating innovative networks, ecosystems that will work together to create agility and to create smartness and value for all the stakeholders. We need human-to-human interaction, and I think technology will enable us all these interactions to take place between business, governments, consumers, employees, interest groups, local residents, and eventually with robots and machines. And eventually we'll have also machine-to-machine interaction. Now, technology will support a range of different things on what we call ambient intelligence. It will be around us, and we'll have the human-centric approach where the customers are right in the middle, and then you've got the Internet of Things, Internet of Everything, 5G and 6G eventually, RFID, mobile devices, applications, cryptocurrencies, sensors, beacons, pervasive computing, gamification, and artificial intelligence and machine learning. All of those things surrounding us to create solutions and agility to manage different applications and to manage the ecosystem in the best possible way to maximize the value for all the stakeholders. So, customer centricity, human centricity of the different stakeholders, and the range of different technologies around them to take things forward. One of the interesting things that's coming is what we call Nowness, and Nowness is based on, it's data-driven, it's consumer-centric, it's experience-enhancing, it's real-time, and it's co-creation. It creates co-creation of value and experiences. So Nowness is going to create instant gratification because it will allow us to bring together all the different resources from different players to maximize the benefits instantly for consumers at the place where they are and supporting the co-creation of value for them. Also, we see now real-time response and resilience frameworks developing through our research, where Nowness is becoming right in the middle of destinations by bringing all the different destination players together to create agile solutions and resilience. We need interoperability, intelligence, and interconnectivity to bring the smart systems together and enable all players within the destination to come forward and engage in this kind of agile ecosystem to maximize the benefits that are coming from them. And of course, robots are coming forward. This is a few years back in Hangzhou in China, where this little robot was following me. But not all the robots will be anthropomorphic. This is the research that we're doing on voice-activated robots in hospitality industry, where we see that a lot of people are using voice assistants at home, and when they come to destinations and when they come to hospitality, they also like to benefit from those services. And of course, the adoption of robots in hospitality is based on different kind of criteria. And what we see is that the managers will adopt robots if they provide relative advantage, if they've got the top management support, and because of competitive pressures, basically other people using them in the neighborhood. But we will see robots being coming forward to a whole range of different environments and supporting humans in all kinds of things. To conclude, I'd like to bring you the vision of intelligence. To conclude, I really want to bring you the vision of intelligence, where smart and agile co-creation of knowledge and value for all the stakeholders will be based on anthropocentric value co-creation. It will be based on empathy and community engagement. It will be based on dialogue and progress of stakeholders. It will be innovation and inspiration driven, technology empowered through connectivity in real time, bringing entrepreneurial and holistic value for everybody by bringing global awareness and focus, and constantly evolving, constantly improving, constantly innovating, and having a tourism product that's on beta, constantly looking for how we can use agility to improve the value that we co-create for all the stakeholders. Thank you very much. I wish you a fantastic conference, and hopefully I'll be with you on the next occasion very soon. Thank you.